into the house of Zechariah and greeted Elizabeth. When Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the child leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Spirit, and exclaimed with a loud cry, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit in your womb. And why has this happened to me, that the mother of my Lord comes to me? For as soon as I heard the sound of your greeting, the child in my womb leaped for joy. And blessed is she who believed that there would be a fulfillment of what was spoken to her by the Lord."
And Mary said, "My soul magnifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Savior. For he has looked with favor on the lowliness of his servant. Surely from now on all generations will call me blessed. For the Mighty One has done great things for me, and holy is his name. His mercy is for those who fear him from generation to generation. He has shown strength with his arm. He has scattered the proud in the thoughts of their hearts. He has brought down the powerful from their thrones and lifted up the lowly. He has filled the hungry with good things and sent the rich away empty. He has helped his servant Israel in remembrance of his mercy, according to the promise he made to our ancestors, to Abraham and his descendants forever." This is the word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. This week we had an annual tradition is the ladies' Christmas party at the home of one of our members, Betty Van Thompson, and her son decorates this place to the hilt. And it's really fun, and my daughters like coming with me because they see all the Mickey Mouse decorations, and he has a whole table full of Christmas M&M characters. How he finds these things, I don't know. So Emma went with me this week, and she stood and looked at all the ornaments, and but then she got a little bored because she was the only kid there. But when we got home, my husband Will put her to bed, and he said, "Honey, how was the party?" She said, "Oh, Daddy, it was a wild crowd." Which is pretty good because I was the youngest person there by a good number of years. So, live it up, ladies. It was a wild crowd.
Sounds like our beach retreat.
Do what?
Sounds like our beach retreat.
It's true. I mean, these ladies. The gift of Christmas is that God came to join our wild crowd. Love comes down at Christmas. And what a perfect way for us to be able to celebrate the exchange of wedding vows and the baptism of children. When Jesus came to earth, we're reminded in this story of Mary and Elizabeth, when they come together in relationship before Jesus is even born, that God chooses to come to us not only as individuals, but as a community, as people in relationship with one another. That embrace of Mary and Elizabeth, that sign when John wept in her womb. God comes right into our wild crowdness and calls us to connect with one another through his love. He doesn't come because we're perfect. He doesn't come because we deserved it. He comes out of his own graciousness and takes on our humanity. He experiences everything that we experience, including relationships. The joy of relationships. Jesus was close not only to the disciples, but to many people. There are multiple examples. When Lazarus died, Jesus wept. When Jesus talked to a rich man and told him the truth, it says, "And he loved him." God comes to earth. Love come down to us in relationship with one another. Now, Brian and Susie are getting married today, and I think that there's probably only a few to think that this, or any other wedding for that matter, is a Cinderella story or a happily ever after. And I have loved sharing with Brian and Susie as we prepared for this day, and them sharing that with me, about the way that love takes commitment. Love comes down so that we can commit to one another. So there's all the joys of the smell of the newborn baby. And then there's all the times that he wakes up in the middle of the night and you're exhausted and he has to be fed. Love comes down at Christmas into those relationships with the wonderful, beautiful things that a 6-year-old comes up with to say. And when she starts speaking in Spanish, because she's in Spanish immersion kindergarten, you're 7, that's awesome. Good job, congratulations. Then it's also the exhaustion and frustration of trying to get her to bed night after night after night. It's that love of your partner where you just think, oh, this person is just made for me. Then there's those other times that many of us know about with your partner or with someone else you love, when you just want to pull your hair out, or theirs, because of what they just said or did. We know better than happily ever after. Love is a commitment. But we can make that commitment because God made that commitment to us. Love comes down at Christmas to each of you individually in a very personal way, but also in the midst of relationships. If you think about Jesus' relationships, they were not all smooth sailing. He experienced many of the same struggles that we have in relationships. And yet he blesses them. He chooses them. He chooses us, and we can choose each other. Brian and Susie have met, not knowing they both went to this church. I love this story. And then one of them said, well, Christy's my pastor. And the other one said, no, Christy's my pastor. And they've been coming to church here for years separately at different seasons. But now they have chosen love because God chose to come down at Christmas through Jesus, who was in relationship with other people. A lot of relationships that were not perfect, that took patience and care and commitment and forgiveness. So we celebrate that today. We make a commitment to these 2 children when they are baptized, to be in relationship with them, to show them what the love of Jesus looks like, not just for them, absolutely for them, but what it looks like in this world as you're in relationship with other people and in this world. Love came down at Christmas. Thanks be to God.